Let's start at the beginning. With me we have Tony Clark, who will be speaking about the new entrance. Tony, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for stopping by.
This is the new entrance right here. What exactly have you guys changed?
Well, as you can see, we ripped out all of the turnstiles that you used to go through when you got into the park. And basically what we're doing is we're taking out the old and kind of putting in some new. And we have a brand new ticketing system. It's all electronic. It's all scan-based. So whether you have a season pass, a regular ticket to the park, we'll be able to just scan that at the front gate and get you right into the park. It's going to make things go a lot faster. It'll allow us to read data better to see how many people are in the park. And it'll also just make things a lot smoother here at the front gate.
Thank you, Tony. We're going to be talking to Kara Urich up next after this to see what exactly do they do during the winter months here at Cedar Point.
Well, this is what our behind-the-scenes area. It's where our fire and safety department is. It's one of their stations right here. And then right in front of us is a really long white tarp-looking thing. And inside there is where we store all of our parade vehicles for the Halloween parade. There's one up at the front of the park that looks just like it because we go from the front to the back each day. This building on the right is planning and design. Back there is where all the new rides for all of our parks across the country are born. That's where they do all the planning and design of all the rides. Most of this is just backstage storage area, so we put all of our things that we don't want the general public to see, like set pieces for Halloween weekends and other types of things like that.
Every winter here at Cedar Point, there's a lot of tasks to be done. And here with me is Kara Urich talking about what she does as the assistant ride manager here at Cedar Point. Kara, how do you set up every day? What do you do every day?
I do different things every day. Mm-hmm. I do ride manuals. I hire. I do the budget for the season. I make new signs for the rides and coordinate with P&D. I put together our leadership packet that gets out to our leadership each year. I just do a bunch of different things every day.
So Kara, what exactly is a ride manual?
A ride manual is actually a training manual for each one of our rides. It tells you how to run the ride location, what your job duties are going to consist of, gives an overview of the ride. It's kind of like a guide to actually run the ride, but we also do a lot of on-the-job training along with the manual, so you just don't strictly learn by the manual.
So that's for the summer help, the people that come in just to ride the rides, that use the manuals?
Yeah, to work the rides, yeah. They get a ride manual upon check-in, and we have 3 different types of manuals. We have a team leader manual, which tells how to be a leader for a ride. We have our standard operating procedure manual, which we refer to as an SOP manual, and that gives the general overview of policies and procedures of how to be a ride operator. And then we have ride-specific manuals, which tell you exactly about the ride location you'd be working at.
Is it hard to work the rides? I mean, could anybody do it? Does it require any skill?
We train, so you don't have to have any previous knowledge of it, but it is a lot of work, and the biggest thing is safety, because you do have somebody's lives in your hand when you're working a ride.
Right. Well, you guys heard it here. Safety is #1 at Cedar Point. Kara, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
All right, we have our director here, Chad Rowe, who actually has a few questions of himself. Chad, you got any questions?
Well, as we're driving in through the parking lot, there's this structure in the middle of it, and I was kind of wondering, what is it used for?
It's classified.
Classified information.
Security breach, if I told you.
Oh.
It's actually a security watchtower. Just in case we do patrol the parking lot during the summer, but it was put there years and years ago. I believe that's exactly what it was for. It was for somebody to stand up there and watch over the parking lot the entire day. But we don't do that anymore. We have patrols throughout the parking lot that check on people in their cars.
Okay.
How many people are on patrol, like, every day?
A lot. A lot. We have some full-time police officers that are here year-round. Then we also have some seasonal security people who are here. They make up the largest portion of the security staff during the summer. They're the ones who patrol the midways, patrol the parking lots. It's a lot. I couldn't disclose the exact number, but we do have a lot in the park that are uniformed, that are wearing, the police uniforms, and there are some that aren't wearing any uniform at all. They're just they're not naked. They're wearing they're wearing regular clothes.
So they just look like they're.
They just look like normal
they're
guys.
basically undercover.
People
undercover.
Oh, just run away.
You would never know who they were.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I'm Tim Kirshner, and standing with me is Tony Clark. Tony, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. What exactly do you do here at Cedar Point?
I do a lot of things, actually, and the biggest part, though, is public relations. So I deal with the media, TV, radio, newspapers, magazines, the Discovery Channel, the Travel Channel. When any of them want to do a story about Cedar Point, I'm one of the guys that takes them out to the park, tells them about it, takes them around, and gets them on the rides without waiting, and getting all the film that they need.
Awesome. So we're standing right in front of the Coliseum, correct?
Yep.
What exactly do they do inside the Coliseum?
The Coliseum is one of the oldest buildings here at the park, and inside this building are several different departments that work here. Mainly during the summer, you don't notice the rest of them because the arcade is what you see, and that's on the first floor, and it's boarded up right now for the winter. But up above it is the ballroom, which is one of the oldest rooms on the property. Hardwood floors. They used to have big bands there. But elsewhere in the building, we have the park operations office on the ground floor. Upstairs, we have the general manager's office. And then on the other side of the building, we also have the live entertainment office, and that's where they do all the auditions, they do rehearsals, they produce music and all of that here in this building. So even though it looks kind of cool and just like it's a decoration, it actually has a lot of purposes too.
They still use that today, though?
They still do. We have events upstairs in the ballroom, and during the summer, people are going in and out of there and talking to the park operations people. It's a very busy place to be in the summer.
All right, even though I have 18 inches of snow out here, what do you do in the winter?
We sleep.
You sleep?
Yeah.
You heard
No, we don't sleep. No, we don't. No, during the winter we do a lot of prep work for the next season. So right now we're writing up the brochures. We're working on the park map. We're working on advertising in the marketing office. The maintenance people are working on the rides. The park operations people and the foods people and the merchandise people, they're all hiring their staff and interviewing. So it's not just fun and games once the park closes. We all do take our vacations in the winter, but during most of this time we're doing a lot of hiring and preparing for the next season.
All right, well, this is Tony, and he's going to be showing us around the park today, so stick with us. All right, so Tony, they're going to have a new ride here this year for the 2008 season called the Skyscraper. What exactly does this ride entail?
Well, the Skyscraper is not going to be inside Cedar Point. It's actually a new attraction in Challenge Park, and it's a giant propeller made of steel, and on each end of the propeller there are two seats, so two riders on one side, two on the other. And it basically spins 360 degrees, and the seats that you sit in also spin 360 degrees. So at the top, at the highest point, you're 160 feet off the ground, flipping upside down, and while that's happening, the whole thing is rotating. So you'll have to pay a little bit extra for that. It's just like the ripcord at Challenge Park, just like the golf, just gives people something extra to do. So it's not going to be in Cedar Point. In Cedar Point, we have Planet Snoopy, which is our new children's area, but then outside at Challenge Park, is Skyscraper.
Awesome. Here I am with Rick Heiser in the maintenance office. Rick, how you doing today?
Good, good.
So what exactly do you do here in the maintenance office?
I'm the maintenance manager. I'm in charge of all the ride mechanics and electricians and electrical part of the maintenance in Cedar Point.
All right, can we go out to the shop right now and see what they're working on out there?
Certainly.
Awesome, let's head on out. All right, I'm here with Rick Heiser over here in the maintenance office.
Yeah, this is our main rebuild shop, our main shop we call it.
It's pretty relaxing here, as you can see. Just joking. We have some people in here working on the cars.
This is one of the vehicles off the drag strip.
Right.
We have various vehicles in here, Millennium Force, Dragster. We're doing the corkscrew, line ride, and Mantis vehicles in this shop.
And this is for just like seasonal maintenance. It is every year?
Yeah, every year they get a complete rehab. They get completely tore down, as you can see. They're in the process of taking the lap bars off, all the wheel bosies, everything. Almost every nut and bolt gets removed, and everything gets looked at as non-destructive testing, rebuilt, repainted, put